what on earth possessed you that drive before the half? 5 catches, 60 yards, the
Oh.
most yards you've had in a game this season. Obviously, the touchdown. What clicked for you there?
Just getting open. You know, I felt really confident today, especially going against that secondary group. Obviously, having 12 back there instills the most confidence in you. Just knowing that all you really have to do is just get somewhat of separation, and he'll be able to plug you. So, knowing that going to the drive, knowing that we needed a score to get some momentum back and everything to be able to recapture the lead. Obviously, just opportunities presented themselves, and I was able to capitalize. So, just thankful for those moments.
Wes Hadkowitz.
Hey, Allen, that whole sequence, you score, Gary gets the takeaway, Robert comes back and gets the touchdown. Just how big do you think that was in terms of turning momentum and kind of getting things really going in your favor?
Oh, that was huge. I think overall, I think anyone on our staff, players, whatever, I don't think we were satisfied with the win today. I think it was pretty sloppy on our end. We know what our potential is, how much better we can play. So that series of events was huge for us to be able to kind of regain the momentum, to be able to kind of bust open a wider lead and to kind of be able to cruise away with the win.
Rachel Hotmayer.
Hey, Allen, two-parter here. What's your mentality been like through the season to date so far, kind of balancing less of a pass catching role, a lot more physicality and chipping, and then sitting here today, getting back in the end zone, getting back in that passing game? How do you feel personally?
First part, I guess, my mindset, no matter what game it is, no matter who we're going against, is just go out there and do whatever I can to help my team win. All I care about is winning. No matter what my role is, whether it's blocking DNs, safeties, linebackers, or, taking the top off, opening it up for other receivers to catch the ball, or getting the ball thrown to me and having to make those tough plays on third down and whatnot. I think my whole life I've been in each position multiple times, so I'm very familiar and comfortable with it. Being my third year here in the system with these guys, playing here in Lambeau, knowing the home crowd and everything, knowing our field, the repetition has just instilled a lot of confidence in me. And just today, National Tight Ends Day, I'm not classified as a tight end, but I think a lot of you would agree that I'm probably an honorable mention in a lot of categories. So just a great day and happy to come out with the W.
Bill Huber.
Hey, Alan, when you look at the schedule, even Aaron admitted it on Wednesday that it's impossible not to look ahead to what was to come. So how did you guys be aware of what was to come, but still keep your focus on these guys?
We just got to stay focused on what's ahead of us, knowing that we had this opponent. We can't look past today. Couldn't look back past our opponent. We know that we want to go 2-0 within these next 5 days, week, whatever. And just staying present, staying focused on right now and everything, and not getting ahead of ourselves in the game, and just kind of focusing on the now. And now that we've able to secure this win, get some recovery in, and now our mindset's got to focus on Arizona. That's just the nature of this league. Playing, adding another additional week this year, being on a short week. These are the challenges that the NFL greets you with. So you have to be willing to step up in these moments, physically, mentally, and to come through.
Adriana Torres.
You talked about your confidence, but what does it mean to have your team's confidence to keep getting you the ball in a big moment like that?
I think it's great. I don't know how to answer the confidence of my other teammates in those situations, but whatever I can do to help the team win, get the drive, continuing to go on, stepping up in the red zone, third down, whatever it is. I think just overall, whenever we're out there, there's just a feeling, there's a vibe, there's the energy of the confidence that we all have in each other, of knowing that all 11 guys are going out there and just do their job that they're asked of for that play. And because we've been doing that for such a long time, I think it's really instilled in our offense.
Kyle Malzahn.
Hey, Allen, kind of just go off of that. Matt LaFleur told us that you're a huge part of this offensive success here in Green Bay. When you hear your head coach speak so highly of you as a player and being that team player that will do anything for the team just to win, what does that mean to you?
It means everything, just to be in this building. I've my life journey, my career's journey, professionally especially, hasn't been the prettiest. So for me, I've run out on that field you know, I hear the national anthem. It's such a humbling, just centering moment for me, just because of like realizing where I am, what I'm able to do, and what I can do with the platform and stage that I have. Not only for me personally or my family, but just, you know, the community, other people as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm just very, very grateful. Obviously for the head ball coach to recognize me, be able to trust me in a lot of situations. And then for my teammates and everybody else just to recognize the efforts that I give out there, no matter what it is. Like I said, it's sifting a DN, blocking a linebacker, blocking safeties, corners, taking the top off, short game. You know, I've always like cemented myself as never making myself one dimensional. You know, I think my dad, just from growing up, of how he taught me the game of football and how to attack football, and really just sports or in general in life, it's just not making yourself one dimensional. And he's taught me so much that has laid the foundation for my football character of who I am today. So I think a lot of it deserves credit towards him, my dad. And then just, yeah, I mean, I just want to be great at the end of the day. I want to win a Super Bowl. You know, I want to be in Canton, Ohio. So that's what motivates me. That's what keeps me going, as well as many other things as well. But those are just kind of the few there.
Wes Hodkiewicz.
Hey, Alan, Robert, before you came in, was talking about how, you know, it's really not all about stats, you know, and a lot like with your role too, so many other things factor into it. But when you see him have the game he had today, not only what does that do for you guys, but what does that kind of mean to see him sort of rewarded in that way with, you know, the touchdown, the 63 yards, and kind of making the impact he did as a pass catcher?
Yeah, Bobby, I mean, if we go back to last year, I mean, 12 touchdowns, I believe, led the league.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
I think he's up there. So yeah, I mean, his talent in the building, everybody knows his potential, his talent. You know, we see it every single day, him making consistent, crazy catches, tough contested catches all the time too. So for him to be able to go out there, especially on National Tight End Day, to get a touchdown, to have a huge play up the middle, to kind of spring on momentum as well. It's very rewarding. You know, Bobby's one of my better friends and good teammate of mine that I've really grown close to over the past few years. He's one of my first friends that really welcomed me in with open arms when I first showed up here, him and Jake Kumaro. So the time I get to spend with him on the field, off the field, I always cherish it, just because he's a great person, an awesome human being, and just, you know, an outstanding football player as well.
Hey, Alan, you've faced your defense all through training camp and, you know, every day on the practice field. How have you seen those guys grow? Because they've been playing pretty well here, obviously, of late. Yeah,
I mean, Coach Joe B's obviously done a fantastic job. Anytime you can hold a defense at 10 points, or an offense, sorry, the defense is able to hold the offense at 10 points, man, that's a great game. Obviously, you can't really do that without forcing turnovers, coming up big in the red zone. So I think our defense has steadily grown into the identity of who they are today, and they continue to grow, and they're figuring out the roles. Obviously, we've had injuries that we all wish that weren't present, but, you know, it's the game of football. And there's got to be people that fill the void when needed to. So I think they've done a great job of just having guys be able to step up in moments, and other guys be able to put more weight on their shoulders and to be able to help carry the defense as well. So today was a great day for them.
Kyle Malzahn.
Alan, last year with COVID affecting attendance numbers at Lambeau Field, this was your first touchdown at Lambeau Field this year. To hear the crowd roar and get that feeling back, how does that make you feel, man?
Oh, wow. It was incredible. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that's very indescribable in a sense, because without being in the moment, you truly don't know, or not without scoring a touchdown, it's hard to like express on what the feeling is, or, you know, what that moment is in that present time to somebody, because you have to score a touchdown to understand what it's like to have 75,000 plus people cheering for you, for your team, for your success. So very thankful, obviously, to have all the fans back and everything, to be where we are with this whole pandemic thing of how we're slowly, gradually getting back to normality. So yeah, it's just an awesome moment, just being able to share. Anytime I can share a moment with a fan, help them, you know, make a moment for them, make their day, impact them in a positive way as much as possible. So yeah, today scoring touchdown, obviously love that, but even better at Lambeau with 75,000 plus of your friends, you know, cheering you on.
All right, we'll just do two more. Rob Reichel, go ahead.
Hey, Alan, I know it's only October, but how much do you anticipate the next month where you've got this murderer's row coming now of Arizona, Kansas City, Seattle, the Rams, Minnesota? How much do you anticipate that plays into how your January winds up looking?
Honestly, I have no idea who's after, or I didn't know who was after Arizona. You said Kansas City, I believe, is in 2 weeks or whatever. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, I think one thing that we've done great, or that's been very well communicated throughout the building, is not getting ahead of ourselves. Like we had talked about earlier, of focusing on the Washington team, but also knowing that we have a quick turnaround come Thursday. I think it's just, it doesn't matter just because it's a short week that we have to have that mindset. I think that mindset is every single week, whether it's a 4 or 5 day turnaround or it's a 7 day turnaround. It's the same mindset that we have of not getting too far ahead of ourselves. So I think if we just focus on ourselves and can steadily improve, do what we do well, it doesn't really matter who's lining up against us or where we're at. Like I said, we trust each other. We have an immense amount of confidence in ourselves offensively, as well as, just team camaraderie and all that stuff as well. So like I said, I couldn't even tell you who's after Kansas City now. I know Kansas City's the next game after the Cardinals, but yeah, we don't, or me at least personally, there's too many games to remember the orders and everything. So, I think it's just one thing to be in the league is that you just gotta be able to put in the work in every single day. It doesn't matter if it's a game day, if it's a practice day, if it's an off day, it's the mentality of the entire season. You have to be able to go willing to get after it.
All right, last one, Wes Hadquitz.
Hey, on that last play, the third quarter, where Aaron finds Devontae down the sideline, I think it was like 27 yards against Fuller. Can you put into words just the difficulty of that catch and what your reaction was to seeing that?
I wish I could, Wes, truly do, because my vantage point of the catch, I was on the other side of the field. I had somewhat of a go ball, whatever. So my vantage point wasn't too great. I couldn't really see too much of it. But after the play, I mean, knowing Devontae, just knowing 12, just like just seeing that in real time, it's incredible. Just seeing the chemistry that they've been able to develop. And when those two guys are on, man, like there is no stopping them at all. And that's something that I look up to every single day. And that's probably the hardest thing, is that for most people, is that I can see that chemistry. I can see what you can get out of a great QB and a great wide receiver communication, understanding what the defense is presenting and how to attack it. So being able to have that visible every single day, whether it's practice, we can go to the San Francisco game, we can go to the Cincinnati game, multiple times throughout their entire career, where they've just done impeccable things on the football field. That's always something for me to chase after. And it's always something for me to know I need to work on my game, in a sense. So watching those two guys go after every single day, and having Devontae in our room, like I've said numerous times, like couldn't ask for a better leader, couldn't ask for a better man. He's just done it so well consistently for such a long time. Nothing but respect for him and praising his craft.